Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Woolf Haven Farm. This is the October 1st update. I know it's a little late. We've had a lot of stuff going on, and we've had things to finish. Had a great time. Joe and his girlfriend came out. We spent a few days with them. Had a great time with them. Did a lot of hiking. We're over in the meeting area. We have since found out that these plants that pop up out here everywhere we dig, it's called mullein, and apparently it makes a great medicinal herbal tea. So that's one of our high points that we found out this year. The deer and elk have been traveling through this section of the property quite a bit. As you can tell, they've taken all the bark off this little tiny pine tree up to about 5 foot, or a little higher actually, so about 5 foot. So they've been traveling this area of the property more recently. I have a bridge that I'm building down off of Mary's running trail, which I put in, that would have been last year, I believe. So there's a running trail that's basically 1 mile all the way around, and I did that with our new trackler and the grappler. Up on the top section, a lot of rocks, so the tongs break off real easy on the rake. So I got to find a different way of doing that. But we're going to do the all the things that we've completed so far or are in the process of completing. So we're down at the cabin now. I finished up the shutters. I put them on all the windows on both sides of the house. The other side, we've already got them painted and have the fake hinges put on. So I still need to paint this side, and that'll be a project done. So kind of cool looking shutters. Kind of gives it a little bit of shape that it didn't have before with the logs that were around it. Last year we also put in brand new windows all the way around. These are double paned windows, and they actually really keep the cabin a lot warmer or cooler depending on what we want. Filled in a lot of gaps around the windows when we did that. We've also recently finished off the front porch. We tore off the old porch, which was pretty close to falling down anyway. And we built this front porch addition. Got nice double paned windows on it. So that should keep the front porch nice and warm. Put a storm door on the front. So this used to be all just kind of open. Put a storm door on the front here, and then we put a big windowed front door. And we put a new door on the front going into the house as well. See if we can zoom out a little bit. And finish the inside with, well, we have tongue and groove up here on the ceiling. Did the inside with planking. Mary did a nice job painting the green and molded everything around with white molding. And around these windows, put in vinyl flooring, which I figured would be the best thing out here. Vinyl flooring, ceiling fans with lights. One there and one there. Here's the shutters on the other side that were completed, red, painted red, and artificial hinges put on. We put an owl up there to try to stop the woodpecker, but it doesn't seem to have done much good. There's our lifesaver from last winter, heat and air. These split units are amazing. We got this one unit, and it goes to 3 different heads. One in the bedroom, one upstairs in the loft area, which is almost finished. That'll be a completed next year. And then there's one in the living room, and it keeps the cabin pretty warm during the winter. Our winter last year was kind of a bad winter, so we didn't get to start on anything until, well, it must have been almost February, March. Yeah, it was a tough winter. So we're going to go down to the shed, which has been updated. Thought I'd stop here on my way down to the shed. This is a future site of one of the cabins. This is going to be called the treehouse cabin. We actually lost 4 trees in this area. Lost a lot of trees because pine trees are getting a beetle called a pine beetle or something like that actually burrows into the tree and kills it. So we've lost a whole bunch of trees. I still have a few more to cut down, actually. But this is going to be the future site of what I'm going to call the treehouse. So there'll be a cabin right here. It's very close to the driveway. Driveway's right over there. There's a few logs that still have to move. Got a couple of stumps in there I need to get out. But this is going to be the future site of one of the cabins. And this is the beginnings of our house that we're putting in. We have the septic tank in, which is right there in front of us. I have to figure out some way of hiding that. This is going to be Mary's workshop, stained glass shop, kiln shop. Here, this will be the basement. And then above that will be 2 more floors. This section over here is the entranceway into the house. And hopefully eventually there'll be another section built onto the left side of that. This is our field for the sewage out this way. I don't know why 2 people need this big of a sewage line, but there's 3 lines, 100 and something feet long, going off that way. And we have a 2,000 gallon tank down here in the ground. I have no idea how I could come up with that much. Anyway, so this is going to be our house area. This is up at the top, so this will be our view off the back of our house. It's going to look straight off across to those mountains. That's a pretty decent view there. And the other cabin is down over there. Can't see it. There's some more trees that have come down from the beetles. Still working on clearing that out. It's been a kind of a hard process. My grappler is working great, but it's working so hard that I keep blowing lines on it. This is our driveway into the house area. We're over at the pit now. That's the driveway coming in to this side of the property. Got the mailbox up. And this used to be the pit. So it was 10 foot tall from the bottom up to the top. And it actually had a berm that you couldn't see the road. Couldn't see much of anything. And I've kind of excavated that berm down and filled in the hole with all the dead trees from the property on both sides. I started out with just a small pathway across that I was filling in at first that went straight across, like right there somewhere. And that was the first thing I filled in. And I'm almost done with this over here. Got a little bit more dirt to haul there, and then I can start filling this in over here. As you can see, that berm used to go all the way around at that same height. So I'm slowly cutting it down and filling in with it. And we have future plans for this area. Probably going to plant trees. We planted 10 pine trees up on the hill out front, and we've lost a couple of them, but some of them have taken, so we may have some pine trees up there. Not sure what we're going to plant out here yet. I was thinking on the lines of apple trees. Who knows? But this is going to be a big open field here. And we're going to head up to the shed now. All right, so we've made our way up to the shed. And as you can see, we finally have electricity. And it is on. We had to dig a ditch all the way down to that telephone pole way down there. Put in 2-inch piping. I guess it's Schedule G or something like that. It's the gray piping. And once that they came out and inspected that, said it was okay, APS came out and hooked us into that 200 amp transformer, ran the wire all the way up to this box, hooked into that. So we have power here. All I have to do is flip the breaker, and we have power to the shed, which I will do as soon as we get everything inside the shed done. So here we are inside the shed. Got all the drywall up on 3 of the walls, starting on the 4th wall. Got most of the plugs in all the way around. Got had one more plug down there. That's a 220 plug. I have to find out what kind of plug is on her kiln that goes there. And then I have 2 light switches here that control all the lights in this room, which will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There'll be 6 lights in here, LED fluorescents. And then all that other wiring goes out into the shop. If you can see up in the ceiling, there's wiring things for shop lights up there. I just got to get those wired in and plugs put in here. And as you can see, we've got drywall almost all the way around. We ended up stopping back there in that back corner because I have to move all that shelving that's over there to finish the drywall around the corner. And then we can start putting all the tools and stuff in that will be on this side. This will be my shop area over here, so I could do carpentry work and work on trucks or whatever I need to work on. But that's where we are. Oh, a new addition, I think this was a new addition last year, is the new John Deere that we picked up. Came with a bucket and a rake, and we ended up buying the mower deck for it. And we bought a grappler for the little John Deere at the same time. This has been a lifesaver for work out here. This is also what we clear the driveways with of snow. Actually have flipped this one over already twice now. And one time Dan had to pull it out of the pit down there because I slid it off into the pit. This one's very top heavy, unlike the other one. The other one is lower to the ground and it's not as top heavy. This one's kind of top heavy, so I have to watch this one. And that's where we are on the farm. Next year, since we get bank approval, we'll start on building the rest of the house. We'll see what we can get done before, well, it all depends on the bank. We may not have money to start building on that yet. It's ready to go. Then I get to do some landscaping over there that I want to do. Getting some awesome pictures off the cameras. The elk are being very cooperative and actually walking where the cameras are. I'm just kidding. They have no idea where the cameras are. Mary's Trail runs right there and heads up the hillside over there. So I'm kind of letting these bushes grow to hide the shed from the trail. Unfortunately, they all died as soon as it got cold, so there is no hiding. I think that's where we're at. So this will start our third year here in Williams, Arizona. And we'll see what projects we have to do next year. Hope everybody's having a great day. And we'll talk to you later.